this is Jill Windelspecht with Talent Specialist Consulting, and I'm back to talk to you a little bit more about John Maxwell's newest book, Leadershift. Last time we talked about the importance of shifting because organizations and everything is moving so quickly now that you can't manage the same way that you did in the past to really be successful. So there are 11 shifts that John has made personally, and I'm going to dig into one of those shifts today. And the shift is going from soloist to conductor, which is a shift that so many all new leaders make. And then leaders can make this when they go not just from their first, but maybe second or third. Really a great reminder around the importance of bringing others with you instead of going it alone. John says that one is too small a number to achieve greatness. And a great quote from Zig Ziglar is, you can get everything in life you want if you'll just help enough people get what they want. And when we think about a conductor, think about a conductor in an orchestra. Their job is to bring out the best in everyone around them. They could have wonderful experts, but if they don't know how to bring everyone together, playing the same tune, playing in harmony, focusing on the same objective, they're not going to be as successful. So leaders as conductors are really critical. John talks about going from me to we and really focusing on adding value to the people that you're leading. And so when you talk about going through this transition, there's 5 key things that you want to be aware of. And so I'm going to go through each of those. The first one is going slower so you can go farther. Going slower so you can go farther. And this is one where I'm actually coaching an executive right now, and he's moving into another leadership role, and we're helping him with his transition, and he's putting together his plan. And he's very action oriented and driven, and I have no doubt that he'll be successful in achieving goals. But one of the things that we talked about was going slow so you can go fast. And that doesn't mean that you should be slow or that the team is slow itself. No, it means slow down enough so that the team understands the vision. If you're running up the hill and you're alone at the top, you're just a solo hiker, right? So take the time to make sure your employees understand your vision. John talks about doing a leadership dance. He talks about stepping ahead of people, which is staying close, but staying close enough so they can still see you, stepping beside people, listening to them and talking about the journey, getting feedback as you go. And the third was to step behind people. And that's sharing words of encouragement to keep them going throughout the journey. Because healthy organizations are not about the one person who leads them. They're about everyone who's in them. The second is recognizing that you need others. Recognizing that you need others. So the goal here is to cultivate an environment where you're focusing on completing one another instead of competing with one another. So not only you realizing you need others, but getting the whole team to realize that. So a competing organization or a competing team has a scarcity mindset. They think win lose. They have single thinking. They're focused on themselves, and they exclude others for their own benefit. A completing culture and a team that focuses on a completing mindset has an abundance mindset. They are thinking win-win. They practice shared thinking, and they include others along the way. So recognizing you need others, going from competing to completing. The third is making the effort to understand others, making the effort. This is one where all of us struggle with this at some point or another. We understand ourselves, we understand what we like to do. When we meet others who are very similar to us, it's very engaging and energizing and easy because we don't have to do things that are a little outside of our comfort zone. Leaders really need to make the effort to understand everyone on their team. Everyone's going to have different strengths, different motivation drives, behaviors. And when they understand they have to practice some situational leadership, to be much more effective. And John talks about really perspective taking the perspective of the people that work for you, understanding their point of view. This is important because employees will trust you if you take the time to get to know them. And trust is one of the critical things that is needed in an organization to be successful. If your team doesn't trust you, They are not going to give you everything that they can. They're not going to share information. They are not going to be fully engaged. So making the effort to understand others. The fourth is wanting others to shine more than you do. Wanting others to shine more than you do. Hopefully everyone has worked for a leader who was very selfless and really focused on helping you shine and helping you be successful. This could be giving opportunities to let your team present when you could easily present as well. Giving them exposure, opportunities. Make sure you're giving them credit. I heard a saying that, really effective leaders give credit and take blame. So you give others credit, and when there's blame, they take that blame, they kind of shelter that team. So those are things that wanting others to shine more than you do are going to help engage others, help them trust you as well. Some things that John does is, one, he sees all the possibilities in people. He practices honoring them in front of others, inviting them to help achieve the vision. So don't just tell them what to do, make them part of it. And then thank them and make sure that they know they're valued. Don't assume that people know that they're appreciated. Don't think that good work is an appreciation in and of itself. We all need to hear when we've done a good job or that you really value what we do. Small thing to do goes a long way. So wanting others to shine more than you do is number 4. Number 5 is helping others to become better every day. Helping others become better every day. Most of the leaders I work with have a to-do list. They know what they're going to do that day. They're very busy. They're in back-to-back meetings. And I really challenge them to say, okay, look at your calendar, look at your time. Are all those things focused on what you have to accomplish? If that's the case, this is a real opportunity. This is a small thing you can do that can have a really big impact. Make time on your calendar every day to see who can you help become better every day. Maybe it's having a coaching discussion with one of your teams, understanding what is their growth plan, asking one of your employees how they're doing on their project. Is there anything that you can do to help? Taking that time to make sure that you're focusing on others every day as a leader is critical, because again, you're not a soloist. You're not supposed to be doing this on your own. You're supposed to be really orchestrating the team, making sure they're aligned, and making sure that they are successful as well. So to do this, some of the things that John recommends is focusing on adding value daily. So putting it in your calendar. Put it in your calendar. If I don't have something in my calendar, it just doesn't happen. So put in there time that you're going to reach out to someone daily. Add as much value as possible, as often as possible. So that doesn't mean to do the work for them or take things off their plate because you feel like that's going to add value. Do the things that are really going to help, maybe help them think through a problem, maybe help break down some barriers for them, help connect them to the people that they need to be successful so that they could feel that they have achieved this. And then give them praise after they've done that as well. Angela Arendt recently spoke at the Live to Lead leadership event. She was the CEO of Burberry, and she also was a senior executive at Apple Retail. And she told a story about her father and the leadership lessons that he taught her. One of them was the rule 60-40. What he said was, Angela, give 60%. When you give 60% and only expect to have 40% back. So think about that. It's not 50-50. It's not I have what's fair. I gave you this, and so I should get something equally back in return. When you give thinking that I don't want to get back more or even as much as I gave, you're continually going to be filling other people up, filling up their cups. And then they're going to be grateful for that. So remember what Zig Ziglar said, help enough people get what they want. They will help you get what you want. So people remember those who added value to them. Think about someone who added value to you. Maybe it was yesterday. Maybe it was today. Maybe it's been a while. But think about that person. Reach out. Thank them. Thank them for adding value to you. And think about who you can add value to as a leader. So shifting from soloist to conductor, the first shift in John's 11 shifts in his book, Leadershift. The next shift that we're going to talk about is shifting from goals to growth. So I hope this was helpful, and have an amazing day. Thank you.